watching them. You're watching their every move, their wins, their losses, their sicknesses, their ups, their downs, everything. You're just watching and waiting for the perfect time to say, hey, I miss you. How's it going? What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. First and foremost, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. I was gonna make this intro about how like you guys are seeing me au naturel, like my braids are out, no makeup, you know, simple clothes. My nails aren't done though. My eyelashes, my appointment is tomorrow, so they'll be back to looking full and voluptuous. That's what I was going to talk to you about, okay? I was going to talk to you about self-love and not being ashamed to sit in front of the camera, okay? Naked and unafraid. Not naked, but you know what I mean. I was gonna talk to you about all of that, and all of those things are true. You are beautiful in every single way, right? Like as Christina Aguilera would say. I was gonna talk about all that though. It's gonna be very extensive. There were some quotables in there, okay? Uplifting, definitely things that you could clip and put on TikTok, right? But I'm not gonna talk about any of that because every time, you guys know I talk with my hands, right? And every time I wave my hands, they smell like garlic. Let me give you some backstory to that so you guys don't think I'm just some weird garlic smelling freak. I decided weeks ago that I was going to make homemade roasted tomato soup, okay? Decided that weeks ago, bought all the ingredients, and then finally looked at the ingredients today. I was like, oh snap, these ingredients are gonna go bad. I need to make this soup like literally right now, today, okay? So then I go, and I thought I was gonna do the cute little thing where you cut the top off the garlic and then you cover it in like olive oil and salt and stuff, and then you roast it, and then you can do that really aesthetic thing where you squeeze it and the garlic all comes squishing out, right? No, that didn't work because I tried to cut the top off my garlic and like my garlic was too hard. And then all the cloves just kind of like went, right? But then they were still covered in skin. So then I spent freaking half an hour to get the goddamn skin off. And before somebody says, oh, Skitten, don't you know that all you have to do is put the garlic cloves in a bowl and then you shake it? I did that, okay? I shook the damn garlic in the damn bowl. And yeah, sure, most of the skin came off, not all of it. And you know who doesn't want to eat garlic skin in their tomato soup? Me. I don't want to eat garlic skin in my tomato soup. So instead, I spent more time getting off all the freaking... Anyway, so now my hands smell like garlic. I've washed them like 5 different times. I don't know what to do other than like dunk them in Pine Sol or something. And even then I feel like the garlic it's one with me now. Anyway, today we are here to watch the Odd1sOut. It has been a minute since I've watched anything from his channel, so I'm super excited. Speaking of which, did you know he had like a little Netflix show? Super cute, check it out. Anyway, the title of this video is called Why I Love Comics. I'm excited to see what this video has in store for us, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Draw a picture right now. All right, you done? That's right.
Why did he draw the hand so muscly? Okay, I'm sorry. We're less than 5 seconds into the video.
I spent 2 hours on the face. I couldn't get the hands right. And when I compared my art to this other artist I found online who's younger than me, it makes me want to curb stomp this monstrosity so no one ever has to look at it again.
True.
Okay, now
yeah, it's real hard.
Think of a joke. Not one you've already heard before. I want you to...
Do you guys know what joke I'm thinking of? I feel like everyone knows the joke that I'm thinking of. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna let you guys. Oh geez, no. Oh geez, no.
Think up a brand new, never been done before joke. Okay. Ugh. You know how cats are like lazy? Maybe we could do a joke about a lazy cat and his owner is like, stop being so lazy. That sucked too! Now imagine doing both of those things together and then putting that artwork up for the entire world to leave their unfiltered, anonymous opinions.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you also make virtually no money off of it. Who in their right mind would put themselves through that kind of torture? Well, dear viewer, I would like you all to meet Zachary. Zachary is a webcomic artist.
Okay.
He makes webcomics just so when you're scrolling through
Oh,
your
I love
timeline while
those
taking your morning
ones.
poo, you get a little chuckle to yourself. And then you keep on scrolling, forgetting about its existence entirely in mere seconds.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for funny webcomics.
As you
Not
should.
the super serious superhero ones or the Japanese ones. Wait, why is this part all pixely? Webcomics can be shared on any platform. In fact, a lot of webcomics get reposted without the artist's consent and with their names removed.
Which is mad annoying because, like, I want to see more. I want to see more of their work. Don't be an asshole and remove people's watermarks, okay? We don't condone that over here.
It's kind of weird that someone went through the effort of removing a watermark when they could have just, not done anything and left it. I hope you all realize that behind every comic is an artist who just wanted to make you laugh and doodle something that day. I started reading webcomics at a very young age. Back then, we just called them comics. They were really the only books that I liked to read. And the only place you could read the hottest new comics was in the newspaper. Oh, sorry, I should clarify. A newspaper is a stack of gray paper that would be delivered to your house by a child riding a bike, and they would print 19 pages of useless information and have one page dedicated to the funnies.
How old? How old are you? Okay, never. I think I have a fundamental misunderstanding of the ages going on here. Okay.
This is where the classics were born. You know the ones.
Calvin
the
and
Calvin
Hobbes.
and Hobbes.
Yeah.
The Garfields.
Yeah.
The Far Sides.
The
Some
what?
of these comics have made me laugh harder than any meme ever has. I just want to say that Calvin and Hobbes was an extremely creative comic. It was a comic about a rambunctious boy that had a giant predatory animal best friend. I mean, where else have you seen that before?
I'm pretty sure I have like a whole book of Calvin and Hobbes. I think it's like a random gift that somebody gave me because they're like, you like reading? Here's a book. And I was like, I don't know if you understand what I mean when I say I like reading, but thank you. I appreciate the thought.
By the way, if you ever see those Calvin peeing bumper stickers, those are unlicensed knockoffs and really go against everything Calvin and his creator, Bill Watterson, stood for.
Got it. So we
In
hate
fact,
them.
all Calvin and Hobbes merchandise is unlicensed because Bill Watterson never made merchandise.
Oh.
But I
I
mean,
didn't
aren't
know
these crochet
that.
Hobbes dolls the coolest? So there was only enough space in the paper for about 20 comics. And last time I counted, there were way more than 20 comic creators. So if you wanted to get your silly little comic in the newspaper, you had some fierce competition.
Right.
But now anyone with a computer and enough dedication can create comics that get shared by millions of people.
Absolutely.
You don't even need a fancy drawing tablet or expensive painting software or even art skills in general.
All you need is an Instagram. That's how I found a lot of my comics. Or Facebook, because I'm old.
Webcomics and the internet and memes have been intertwined for decades.
Right.
Many of your favorite meme formats are just edited webcomics.
Yeah.
Now, in most cases, if someone took an artist's work, defaced it, and then re-uploaded it without credit, that'd be a bad thing. But memes are different, I guess. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I want you all to know that these artists have made other comics that are just as funny. And you should support their work and buy their books. And if you're going to make a webcomic edit, please just keep in the watermark. It's literally more work to take it out. And you're being an asshole. Some of you original gangsters may remember that I also used to be a webcomic artist. I posted my first webcomic in 2012, which was over 10 years. 10 years?
Jeez.
It's been that long? What the fuck? I'll be honest, my webcomics took a little while to get some traction. Let me explain something. All the comics I would read in the newspaper had distinguished characters with personalities. A lot of times, the punchline of a newspaper comic would only be funny because we knew the characters and their mannerisms.
So that's what I was going to talk about a little bit earlier in the video, was like trying to get your foot in the door, like as a comic artist, in like to get your comic in the newspaper has to have been insanely difficult because you're competing against established names, established authors, and like okay, let's be real. People who read newspapers are freaking old. And one thing old people don't like, and I'm including myself in this, okay? I'll be honest, I'll own to it. Old people do not like change. When I used to work at a casino and they changed the restaurants from, it was a Mexican restaurant and a steakhouse, and they changed the Mexican restaurant to a steakhouse and then changed the steakhouse to a barbecue restaurant, which was really weird. They could have just kept the steakhouse where the steakhouse, okay, anyway, the point is they changed the restaurants, and by all criteria, right, these restaurants were way better. Maybe a little bit more expensive, but the food was better. We had like completely different like standards and staff, and it was better, right? When I tell you, those old people damn near rioted, okay? And so imagine you've grown up with these comics, you've grown up with these characters, and now instead of these characters that you love and are familiar with, now it's something else? Oh no, that would not fly. That would not go. It's simply not done.
Garfield hates Mondays, so instead of him hating Friday the 13th, he hates Monday the 13th. That's a good one, Garfield. So I try to make a webcomic like that with my own little universe. I'm going to be a little vulnerable for a minute. Let's talk about my OCs I made when I was a 16-year-old boy.
Okay, I'm
There
ready.
were three main brothers. Jake, who was a self-insert character. One time I dressed up as him for Halloween. Justin, the book-smart straight man. Straight man as in the character archetype, not the sexuality.
Got it. Thank you.
Although if any of the
for
brothers were
explanation.
gay, Justin would be the gay one. And Kevin, the late...
Was that Bash
Although
the
if any of the brothers
Stampede?
were gay, Justin would be the gay.
Is that Bash the Stampede and the dude from fucking Cowboy Bebop? What are you into, James?
Gay one. And Kevin, the laid-back older brother who did whatever he wanted because he's the oldest. Those three were the main boys.
That sounds
Jake,
cute.
Justin, and Kevin. The three whitest names anyone's ever heard. Now, if you're an up-and-coming comedy webcomic artist, I would suggest not to do what I did. If you're just trying to make someone laugh, you don't need a whole cast of characters that have intricate relationships. Just
we don't
tell
need
your
their whole
joke
life story.
and leave.
Okay.
Or don't. It's your art. You can do whatever you want. Eventually, I wanted to rebrand myself.
Got it.
Instead of having distinguished, defined characters, I went with a very basic-looking character design that had absolutely no distinguishing features at all. And
That
I
we
settled
know
on a
and
design
love.
that looked like this. I mean, over time, I refined it.
As
I
you
originally
should.
posted my comics exclusively to Tumblr. It was just me
Oh.
and this other obscure webcomic about trolls. We were the two main ones, really.
Can I just say right now that I've never, ever, 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 ever read Homestuck, seen Homestuck. I came onto Tumblr way after Homestuck was popular, and my Tumblr was mostly about aesthetics anyway, so it wouldn't have popped up. So I'm sure I've seen 1,001 references to it, but I've never actually read it. I would just like to confess that here and now. But I know it was real big. I know it was real popular. Y'all was into that shit.
Really. Now, if you're still an up-and-coming webcomic artist, then you should post your comics to every platform imaginable.
Absolutely.
I learned the importance of cross-platform promotion the not-so-easy way. One day, I got a Tumblr message from someone asking if they could post my comics to a small, unknown app called iFunny. And I
Damn.
said, sure. Then that guy would periodically send me messages like, dude, we are blowing up.
We?
Our comics keep getting featured.
Hour?
And I was like, hour?
What are you talking about?
Then I wake up to messages asking, hey, are you the one posting these to iFunny? And I said, no, but I gave the other guy permission to. You know he's impersonating you and starting beef with other artists, right?
What? Not someone catfishing.
Turned out that iFunny was my most popular social media account, and I didn't even have access to it. I eventually got the account back, and now people tell me that they loved reading my comics on iFunny back in the
Wow.
day, which wasn't even part of the plan originally. Webcomics have really impacted me and this channel. Some of my earliest online friends were other webcomic artists who I don't keep in touch with as much as I should. My bad, guys, I'm sorry.
I feel like we all have those internet friends that we love and we remember fondly, but just like at this point, it would be weird to reach out like, oh, hey, how's it been? It's only been 7 years. You know what I mean? But like, you keep tabs on them. You keep an eye on them. You're watching them. You're watching their every move, their wins, their losses, their sicknesses, their ups, their downs, everything. You're just watching and waiting for the perfect time to say, hey, I miss you. How's it going?
My username is based off my webcomic, my character design was made for my webcomic, and even my cannonball profile picture is from a panel in my webcomic. I really hope this video makes you appreciate the webcomics that you see on your timeline. I know you see them, they're everywhere. If you come across a comic you like, I want you to try and find the original artist's socials and browse their other comics they've created.
I already do that, and you should too.
Guarantee you'll find some banger comics that just didn't get the same amount of attention as the other ones. And who knows, you might just make a difference in someone's art career.
That's
you know,
cute.
making a whole video about webcomics
His
has
ass
made me
out.
miss my first love. A lot of times when I think of a joke, I have to wait 2 months to tell it. And at that point, I don't even know if it's funny anymore.
Right.
But a webcomic can have same-day joke delivery.
Jeez.
So this is how I'm officially announcing that I'm making webcomics again.
Wow.
I'll be posting them on my website and maybe Twitter if I'm still verified. There's
won't be.
already 6 brand new comics. Feel free to make any meme edits of them. I don't care.
That's so wonderful. That's so lovely. I have a couple of comic artists that I follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that, because I really enjoy them. Also, in this video, shouts out to Lady, who is literally addicted to webtoons. Girl, stop spending money on the damn webtoons. But also, shouts out to you for supporting independent artists. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, not only to leave your video recommendations down below, but also leave some webcomic recommendations down in the comments below. Share something that you love with the people of the internet. This is a safe and loving community, and we love to uplift other creators. So let's do that. I really enjoyed this, and other than that, peace out, Ho Biscuits. It's Skitten lit.